Hey everybody, this is John and Joni for Human Potential. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today is what, July
January.
16th, 2024.
Yes, it is.
So today is your form. What do you want to talk about? Anything been on your mind lately? Questions?
Well, there's been a lot on my mind lately, but I think a lot about aging.
Yeah?
Yeah,
As in what?
um, kind of seeing a decline in myself and those around me, and trying to fight that. You know that I don't know. It's just small things, but I still see it, and I never used to think about anything before, any of that. It was always just charge ahead, go forward with your life. Don't worry about too much exterior. Do what you're going to do. And now, um, where I didn't see them before, now I see obstacles. I don't like that,
Such as
such as time,
time.
time, and feeling like I don't have time to do things that I want to do, things like that.
What about things you're doing now? Have you thought about what you have now as opposed to what you don't have?
I do think I do. I think I do both. I think about both things, and things I might not be taking advantage of in the present. You know, because there is one thing about being retired. You do have time. You do
Right.
have time to.
I think the lesson here is there's two lessons here, I think, to understand. One is we're all human. We have those thoughts, right? So if you have those thoughts, don't beat yourself up. It's normal to have those thoughts. What is the detriment to those thoughts is if you stay in those thoughts. So if you think about if you stay in that as far as time, I
Right.
don't have time for this or I'm running out of time, instead of focusing on what you do have, like just changing the switch a bit, it makes growing older not as difficult. Does that mean that you don't have times where you or body aches or these kinds of things? No, but it's, I think, recognizing, okay, what am I doing,
Right.
right? And so switching that switch to what I do have.
Right. More of a glass half full instead of
A
glass
glass half.
empty. I do see that.
That's
That
not to not validate your feelings. They're real. They're true, and at 100%. And we all go through that.
right.
I think where people find themselves in the pitfalls is when they dwell in that.
Right. And I think sometimes, maybe it's just my present state of mind, I'm looking at things I could have done differently.
Yeah.
And that in itself is can make you feel down, and
Mm-hmm.
like those opportunities that I had passed me by. I don't know if I'll ever have them again, that kind of thing. In my mind, I won't have them again at this
Right.
age in my life and stage in my life. But you're right. I don't need to stay in there,
In my
regardless.
work, I see that a lot, and I will tell you one thing. One thing about me, and one thing about my guides. Um, my guides are pains in the asses, and I'm a big pain in the ass. And but I'll tell you, if you, and I'm going to get to my point because I've had this with other issues, but my guides push me to areas that I never thought I would go to, and I was pissed off at them, but I was glad I went there in the end. And it's like, I don't know much about anything, but what I do know is I know people. I know people better than they pretty much know themselves. And the one thing that I can tell you is that if you're looking for the promised land, we will get you there. You might fight and scream, claw to get there, but we will get you there and show you things that you never thought what was possible for you to achieve and to understand and to learn about yourself. It's to become aware of what's already there. And so I challenge people a lot, and then I challenge them on their, and I'm speaking of a specific issue actually. It was your sister at her house, and Joe, I guess, was that her name? It was somebody's mom.
Right.
And she was kind of in the same thing and basically giving up, right?
Right.
And she got mad. She was getting mad at me because I'm like, I don't know, why do you feel like just because you're 70 or whatever the case may be, life isn't over? You can still do these things. Maybe you let obstacles get in the way early on in life because maybe you had kids, life, or anything like that in your way. Whatever, you let the world kind of stop you from doing things. But I go, now you're good to go.
Right.
Life isn't over.
Right.
And so your feelings are valid. That doesn't mean that those feelings aren't valid. They are, right? Because everybody has them,
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean you can't do them now.
Right.
That doesn't mean that, one pull, you're back in the game.
Right. And I've lived with you long enough on some level. I know that. I know that, but you're right. It's the human side of me that gets in the way. Every once in a while, it creeps in and says,
Right. And
what, you blew it. You didn't do this, or this while you had the chance, know. So now I feel bad about it. I'm like, okay, I did. I screwed that up, but I got to be able to push that aside and say, okay, so now what are you going to do? Don't sit around and boo-hoo.
Well, no, it's okay to do that. It's okay to have those moments and allow that feeling to be there. And the detriment, though, is to dwell in that. If you stay in that, that's when we got to sort of have an intervention, and that's when we have to help you get past that and get past those feelings of despair to where you're not in it, because that could be 30, 40, 50 years of that.
Oh, gosh.
And then you wake up and you go, what the hell did I do with my life?
Right.
Or what the hell was I doing all this time? Or you die, or you have a near-death experience and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, all that worrying, all that bull was crap.
Yeah, it didn't mean anything.
All that bullshit I went through was crap. Yeah, right? Because it really didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And that's what I was trying to, I think her name was Joe.
Yeah. It was...
I was trying to get across to her that, your life isn't done yet. There's still things for you to do. But she didn't really want to hear any of that. She got really mad. She was getting kind of pissed off at me because I kept challenging her. But she wanted to be mellow. She wanted to be drama. She wanted to live in that woe is me and life sucks and I can't do this, I can't do that. And I kept challenging her, going, what are you talking about? Because her guides were talking to me to tell her. That's all I am. I'm a conduit for your higher self. I'm just a radio receiver for your higher self. And that's what really an intuitive or psychic or whatever you want to call it kind of basically is. Why I have it, I don't know why I have this gift, this skill set, whatever you want to call it, but I do. And it's there. And it's I use it. Use it to help people in training and everything. But yeah, she wanted to stay in that. She wanted to stay in that drama.
Right.
And she did not like me challenging her. And I've had that several times with several people because, drama is fun for people.
Yeah.
People love it.
Definitely.
People love to stay. I mean, like I've always said.
They make it their story. This is my life, my story. You don't understand, that kind of thing.
You can rewrite your story. You can change your story.
You can. Absolutely, you can. It's a moment in time. That's all it is.
Yeah. Change your story.
Yeah.
I've always said this about Hollywood. You go, oh my God, it's a great dramatic feature. And the movie sucks. It's like the boringest freaking thing you've ever laid your eyes on. Like, my God. And they get all the awards. Yet, a movie like Ted, which is comedic genius, Yeah, it's raunchy, but it is. I mean, Seth MacFarlane is freaking a genius.
Very talented man.
Very talented. Jim
Yeah,
Carrey,
for sure.
talented people. The comedy is timing, and they never get awards, but it is some of the most brilliant writing imaginable.
Right.
You know, I mean, you talk about De Niro, and The Godfather. Quite honestly, that's easy to play. It's really easy to play. Anybody can play pretty much a lot. Drama is inherent in most people.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
I would agree with that.
Yes, there's timing involved, but come on, let's just be real. Drama is easy. But when he did like Dirty Grandpa, or he did The Falkers, you know, I mean, the timing, the comedic timing, that's to me some of his best work.
Right.
I really do.
It's much more difficult to do that side of it than the drama side.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah.
People may argue, disagree with me, and I would say I think they're totally wrong, which they are. But, you know, drama is just not that hard to do. But comedy is. And like Seth MacFarlane is a freaking genius.
So equating that to your life, drama's easy to do. Getting rid of the drama, having some fun, embracing the laughter, you know, the fun side of your life.
Yeah, I mean,
we should be doing that.
Yes.
Enjoying ourselves.
Right. And that is not to say that life doesn't happen and it gets very difficult at times. It does. That is a part of life, the ebbs and flows.
Right.
But I will assure you of one thing. The more you get into that mindset, and that's not to not validate the feeling that you have. It's staying in that and dwelling in that. That could last for years and years and years. And it's like you find yourself then waking up one day at 80 going, what the hell did I do?
Right.
And then I am there to go, well, you're just 80. You're a baby. You still have time.
Yeah, I've heard you say that. It's never too late. It doesn't matter.
It's never too late.
If you're, 8 or 80.
Right.
Or anything in between.
It's never too late. You know, how many times have we gone to the casino? And I like the casino in that it's a good metaphor. Yeah, I know they're tight. Yeah, they're very difficult. You don't ever win. I get all those things. But you can use it to a certain degree. Because how many times have we gone to a casino and we have just lost like $1,000? Let's just say we're down $500. We're like, oh my God, $500. We gotta pay a bill. We gotta whatever. Like,
what do we do?
And then we go, all right, should we just try one more 100? And just for the hell of it, try one more. And we put on another 100, and boom, we hit a jackpot and get it all back. How many times did that happen?
A number of times.
We can get this. Let's try. And you flip your mindset into more of a manifestation, or like, okay, we'll get this. And then boom, jackpot hits.
Right.
And it's like you get all back and then some.
Right.
Right? And it's just flipping the switch in the brain and the mindset of what you're doing. And you go, wow, how many times does that happen? Yeah, quite a lot.
A lot. So if it's that, if you can do it at the casino, you can do it in your everyday life.
Right.
Right? I would think.
Whether you're 8 or 80.
Switch,
yep. Flip the switch, change your story. Change your story. It's not saying it's easy, but I'm saying it can be done. So hope that helps. If you guys, have any comments, please comment, suggest down there topics you'd like to see. Please hit the like, share, subscribe. Think it, be it, believe it, achieve it. We want to spread this channel. We're here to change. We're here to make people aware, or help people become aware of their own reality and the greatness that already exists within them. That's how we fundamentally change everything that we see around us. So believe in yourself, love yourself always, continue to be great each and every day. Thanks for listening, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.